Welcome to Part of My Friends, presented by Friends of Feeney. First, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Direct Line Media, led by my friend Dave and Stefania. They're located on 11 Sycamore Way in Branford, Connecticut. DirectLineMediaProductions.com.
Up next, we have Parkville Management and Parkville Market, 1400 Park Street, Hartford, Connecticut. Over 25 different food vendors, great spot.
Group of Friends Golf Law Group at golflawgroup.net. I know you see your billboards on the highway. Brooke was a podcast guest on episode 62.
Check out Luna Pizza on 999 Farmington Avenue. Great spot for pizza and wings. Alex is a good friend. Check them out on episode 70. They can be reached at 860-233-1625.
Do you need insurance? Keating Agency Insurance is the place for you, located at 10 Arapahoe Road in West Hartford. KeatingAgency.com. Ryan was podcast guest number 23. He is the Michael Jordan of insurance.
People's Bank on 102 LaSalle Road. Bank at peoples.com. Go see our friends Chris Luck.
The Fix IV. Erin Fox is great. She's a future podcast guest. Friends of the Fix. Located right across the street from Luna Pizza at 1000 Farmington Avenue. That's thefixivtherapy.com.
Our Three Keys segment sponsor is West Hartford Lock, located on 11 Sherman Street. WestHartfordLock.com. Eric and Yuri were podcast guests on episode number 40. They also donated the proceeds of their company's golf event for 3 years in a row.
As you just heard, today's episode of Part of My Friends, we have two great guests, Pags and Ethan. How you guys doing?
Doing great. Appreciate you having us on.
Yeah, great to be here. Great to see you.
We're going to do the Mount Rushmore of High Meadow Day Camp. We also have Hot Seat, Cool Throne, Firefest, and Who's Back of the Week, and some fun games and maybe some surprises. This is all brought to you by our friends at Maximum Beverage, 340 North Main Street, West Hartford. Okay, let's go. Today is Friday, August 9th. Welcome to Pardon My Friends, presented by Friends of Feeney. We're here with Pags, P-A-G, Pags commentator, and Ethan. This is episode 114.
Just to clarify, is this airing in August 9th? Because today's July 29th, if I'm not mistaken.
You're correct. You really fumbled the bag on that one. I think we're trying to be a little under the,
way to spoil it.
Yeah.
There's production that's involved. But thanks, Ethan. What's up, buddy? How you been?
I'm doing great. Great to be here. Great to see you.
Like I said, this is number 114. 113, go back and check it out. Patty, she runs Friends and Family page of West Hartford. Go back and check out 112. Jonah Francis, he's a dementia practitioner. Or Dan Fritz, he's the Rutgers basketball team photographer. You heard of him?
Oh, I have. I saw they started me, and that was the inspiration for coming on here. I have to ask a clarifying question. Were you talking about Ultra Ball in that particular situation, or were you just saying in general?
I left it open-ended.
You did, and I watched it multiple times, that segment, to see if I missed something, and just to see if you were talking Ultra Ball just as a human. Either way, I'm happy. I started, but still.
I think, Dan, we'll have to talk with Dan.
I think there was a little bit of bias there, family bias there, me getting cut. I don't know.
Yeah, he did put Jay Fritzy over you, but I mean... Yeah. Put me over Fritzy, so I'll take it.
We're talking about Dan Fritz again, episode 111, great guest, and that got them here. And then the Honorable Dr. Miguel Cardona on episode 108. You know who he is?
I do not.
He's the U.S. Secretary of Education.
Oh,
He's your boss's boss's boss.
Yeah, I probably should know about him.
Yeah,
that'd be smart, honestly.
Yeah, look into him.
Yeah, I definitely will.
So how is everything? How's the careers? How's school? How's the weight training? You looking good?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Career's going well. It's middle of summer, so I'm pretty bored. All I do is wake up, go to the gym, and then apparently now I get famous on podcasts. That's basically my gist.
Yes, today's the day.
Yeah, I mean, work's going great. This guy has inspired me a lot to get into weight training.
Appreciate that.
Fitness, and yeah, now we're here.
Very cool. What do you want to talk about first, weight training or teaching?
I can talk about teaching real quick.
All right.
I mean, I just wrapped up my second year teaching in Vermont, moved back down to Massachusetts, going to be teaching at Pomfret next year.
Oh, nice.
So I'm pretty pumped up about that. A little bit of a ride, but still really looking forward to it. Honestly, the amount of nonsense that I've heard over the course of the past 2 years could not have prepared me. College didn't prepare me the way I thought it might have, but it's been great, and I really don't have any regrets. I feel like a lot of teachers might have regrets at this point in their career, and teacher burnout and everything. Fortunately, that's not the case for me.
Back to that Pomfret. Is that a private school?
So there's,
But it's a day school, but you can board there?
So there, Ethan, you might know a little bit more about this too, because just knowing Connecticut a little better. There's a private school, and then I'm working at Pomfret Community School coming up. It's a K through 8, so it's not a private school or anything
okay.
like that. I've gotten that mixed up a few different times with people talking to me about that.
Because I think there's a Pomfret
There is, yeah.
private school, which my buddy's kid went to, and I just heard about it all weekend. And how's the weightlifting? How many push-ups can you do?
Depends. It depends on the scenario.
Are you doing HIIT, like high intensity interval training? What are we doing?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, some balance training, some strength training, some hypertrophy training, all the above. It's great stuff. I'm trying to get big like this guy.
Hey, you're already pretty jacked up.
You remember that quote back when I was working in West Hartford in Wolcott, and he started originally lifting like a few years ago. You like, I want to look like this guy when I grow up.
Yep.
You gassed me up that day. I appreciate it, because I was about 6 months into my lifting journey. Now I'm 3.5 years, and taking me some awesome places, man. I'm not
It's
gonna lie.
a great feeling. I've only been doing push-ups for 4 weeks of camp. Every day we do push-ups.
Okay.
And someone had mentioned, hey, Feeney, you're looking good. And all of a sudden you're like, that little trigger of motivation or someone noticing, you're like, I'm doing more today.
Oh yeah, it's that motivation. I got to ask Feeney. You brought up camp. Give me your job description, director of fun, because I had the distinct pleasure of going to High Meadow from the time I was 4 years old, 2004. Called it a career in 2021, so that's 18 summers.
Yep.
There was never a director of fun in my time. So
Right.
tell me a little bit about that. What does that entail?
So I'm not
Black
really
Hawk
sure.
helicopters?
I did have a Black Hawk helicopter land twice. We can't do that now because they need to use it for recruiting.
Okay.
But I did make some calls, pulled some strings, and remember that day? Yeah, I could picture it. Man, that's not on my Mount Rushmore. Thank you for that. But
Yeah.
it came up from behind the trees. The trees split. It reminded me of like Commando. Arnold Schwarzenegger coming down and landing, and the kids were chanting USA. Great moment, great time. But I bring in the fun. I make the calendars. I plan Crazy Hair Day. I set up the bubbles for Bubble Day. I'm making calls to make sure the bungee jumping people are set up, the bounce houses, the foam parties. I bring the fun.
That's awesome. I heard from multiple sources late night last Friday, big success. Heard a lot of campers loved it. It was like Newman said it was like reminded him of like peak High Meadow. So you're talking, back in Ethan and I's days, 2016, 2017, 2018, those
Nice.
days. So that's
all right. It's good to hear.
Yeah.
It was good to see Maddie. She's new to the camp. I don't know if you were cross
heard of
paths
her.
with her.
Yeah.
But she did a phenomenal job. She set up a scavenger hunt. The kids were running. Then they swam and had snacks, and then they had choice skits, performance, or song, and they took it away. They killed it. It was
awesome.
a great job. Yeah, I never got a chance to go to camp as a kid, so I wanted to make sure that it'd be something that I would have enjoyed. My daughters go there, so I want to make sure that's something that they would enjoy. We're looking for something to do, and that was 10 years ago. This is my 10th summer.
Yeah,
Director of Fun.
Director
I
of
thought,
Fun.
that's kind of a cheesy title. Program director, director of fun, all in all, same. I haven't really changed much.
Was that self-proclaimed? Did you give yourself that title? Or?
No, I thought so. People ask. Mike Youngman is the director from Holiday Hill, and there's a role now, executive director, and he oversees 2 camps, and there's 2 directors. So I guess Holiday Hill has a director of fun.
Oh, got it.
So he brought it over here.
Great.
But check it out on highmeadowdaycamp.com. On the Meet the Administrators page, there's Feeney pulling his shirt open like Superman with the tie. So it was a cool picture.
Did you just refer to yourself in the third person?
Feeney. Check out Feeney. Feeney does a good job at school and work. Feeney's great.
That's awesome.
So if I were to ask you, West Hartford Locks a sponsor, 3 keys that make you great at your job at the fitness training. What are the 3 most important keys?
I'd say I'm a very personal person, especially in personal training when you have to build a relationship one-on-one. You want to invest time into somebody who you want to spend time with for an hour. So I'd say that's definitely a great strength of mine. Another strength of mine is I'm young and eager to learn, so continuing to learn. I'm still fairly new to the business, so just trying to learn all the little aspects of it and trying to get into it more. And third, I'd say I'm just a fun time.
Yeah, I agree. Building rapport is good in any job.
Yeah.
I'm sure as a teacher you use that.
Oh, you
I
betcha.
say it all the time. I hear it a lot in the podcasts. Strengthen relationships, forming strong bonds and relationships, positive rapport. That's the way to go with any occupation. And then, yeah, eager to learn because you're a lifelong learner. You want to try to get better at what you do every day. I like it. I like it.
Trying to be better than yesterday.
Yep. It's a great call. What if I asked you the same question? 3 keys to being a good teacher.
Oh, yeah. Number one's building connections with the kids. It's why I'm a teacher. I'm not a teacher because I make millions of dollars. We know that we don't. But I love working with the kids. Number 2, I think you got to know the content. I'm a 7th and 8th grade math teacher. Some of that stuff isn't super easy, so got to figure that out. And the third thing, just show up every day through, your good days and your bad days. There have been plenty of mornings that I'm, I'd love to just hit that alarm off and go right back to bed. But if I don't show up, there's a group of 18, 19 kids that are just going to be left wondering, what are we doing right now? And so a lot of people rely on me to be present mentally, physically for my job. So make sure I show up every day.
Yeah, no, it's great. I just finished my 20th year teaching, 9 years in Waterbury and 11 in West Hartford.
Congrats.
And I was honored 2 years ago. I made it as a finalist for Teacher of the Year in West Hartford.
Good for you.
So with that being said, who's your favorite teacher? Can you recall your favorite teacher?
Yeah.
Whoever wants to answer first.
You want to first?
I had a really good 3rd grade teacher, Mr. Caselli. We always talked about baseball all the time. He was a big Orioles fan, big Cowboys fan, so really lived in that 80s, 90s era. But had a really good connection with him and learned a lot from him. A lot of life lessons, I would say, of just like learning how to fail and get back up and continue on.
Yeah, 3rd grade. That's the best grade.
Yeah, mine was my sophomore year AP US history teacher, Miss Fowlis. Reason being, she had that perfect balance between being able to form those connections, but also being very serious. Like, no one slacked off. Everyone did what they were supposed to do. And that class prepared me for a lot because it was challenging. But
Nice.
yeah, I respected the hell out of her.
Yeah, it's good to be challenged, but also have, again, that strong relationship.
Who was your favorite teacher?
Mrs. Jarrell, 5th grade teacher. I mention it a lot. She, my parents were going through a tough time. She kind of took me under her wing. I sat alone while the rest of the class sat in 4s because of my behavior. And the kids got to go on Carmen San Diego and Oregon Trail, but I had to earn it. So by the end of the year, I died of dysentery and found Carmen and became a gumshoe. And then she really helped me change my life. And then, even better, she went on to be the principal of Kingsbury School. And when I was looking for a job, she hired me. So she was my 5th grade teacher to help me in my childhood, and also as in my adulthood helped me. So Mrs. Jarrell means a lot to me.
All comes full circle.
Right. How about camp counselors?
Ooh.
Who's your favorite camp counselor?
I'm going to exclude Tom Newman from this simply because I think that's the obvious answer. And I'm going to go to Jason Katz, which is Brian Katz's older brother.
Okay.
He was my 6BA counselor in 2011. Fantastic connection. I had a lot of great summers, but 2011, 2012, 2013, that started a great three-year run where I went Katz, Newman. It was great.
Wow.
I never went to High Meadow, so I couldn't name a High Meadow camp counselor, but I had a camp counselor named Kevin. He was pretty good. Couldn't recall his last name, but I remember him sticking
What
out.
camp?
It was Boulder Ridge out in
Nice.
Barkhamsted.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
They didn't hire me when I was 16 years old. It
They're
broke my
lost.
heart.
They're
It was
lost.
They were lost, but hey, High Meadow was great.
Did you show up to that interview on time? Did you have to cancel that interview?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I
okay.
did show up to that on time.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
That's a great story. Maybe not for now.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Nice. A little razzing here going on, of course. Good friends. We're at Pardon My Friends podcast presented by Friends of Feeney. Thank you for being here. This is Pags and Ethan. What's up? So, are we ready for favorite restaurant?
Ooh.
How about Newman?
Yeah.
Back to Newman.
Okay, yeah. Talk to me.
Baseball encyclopedia, man.
Doesn't have a name, a contact in his phone.
It's one of
He
the
knows
craziest
your
things I've
numbers.
ever seen.
He knows your number.
Yeah.
It's like Goodwill Hunting.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like, you're 2242, Feeney. He knows, like, my number.
Yeah, I've been watching.
No number saved in his phone.
Yeah, it's I've been watching Suits, and the main character in there, Mike Ross, has a photographic memory. just he sees something and instantly knows like all the numbers, all the letters. I don't think Newman's quite that level, but the fact that he has no contacts in his phone is insane to me. It's ridiculous.
And then Ted Williams batting average versus Thurman Munson versus.
Ask him who was like the 1957 AL MVP.
Yeah.
He'll get it off the top of his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty impressive. But why isn't he here? I asked him to come. He knew about this. We'll talk to him later. Why is he not here? He should be here.
He's been texting me. He told
was
me
gonna be a surprise guest.
He had okay. Maybe that was his surprise because he had said to me, "Hey, there's a surprise for you." I thought it was maybe something physical, and then he said, "Hey, sorry, like something faulty technology. I can't be there tomorrow." Or I can't give you the surprise. Something like that.
Darn it.
He had reached out to me yesterday. I still need to get back to him. Really busy.
Love him.
Really busy last 2 days. So sorry, Newman. Newman. I'll text you.
No, he's great. He's a camp legend for sure.
Camp goat for sure.
Camp counselor. We play Backstreet Boys every time.
Oh yeah.
I think of you guys. No one knows. It's so the whole regime has changed. So it ended, and I had to go. What did I say? At the end of it, what did I say?
Make that change.
Make that change, man. Make that change.
I said, make that change. No, everyone was like, what are you talking about? I just did it. I did it for you.
I appreciate that. Newman told me the same thing, and my response was, heroes get remembered, legends never die, and I'll take it.
Nice. So what's your protein intake? What are you taking for protein?
I mean, I'm trying to get up to 150 grams, maybe 180 a day.
Yeah. I shoot minimum 180.
Yeah.
180 grams a day?
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm trying for. Yeah.
How do you get in that? Tuna fish and protein bars, or what do you?
No, Whole Foods for the most part.
Whole Foods?
No, like Whole Foods.
Whole
like,
food. Eat the whole food.
Like 5-6 eggs in the morning. Yeah, maybe some like cheese with that, or like turkey bacon. Turkey bacon's got great macros.
Yeah, you're talking chicken, Greek yogurt, steak.
Greek yogurt, a bunch of Greek yogurt, steak. I eat a lot of ground beef. Eat a lot of chicken. That's really.
Shout out Rise Protein.
So yeah, Pags put me onto that. We should be a sponsor for
Honestly,
them.
I'm gonna call this guy, see if he talks about protein. I don't know if he's gonna talk about protein, but let's see if he answers.
Those Parm crisps.
Oh yeah, this lab, right?
Yeah, cheat code.
5 eggs, tuna fish, turkey bacon.
Yeah, tuna's really a
Greek
good one
yogurt,
too. Cottage cheese.
cottage cheese.
Oh, you're into that? I wish.
Not really, but I kind of just mix it in with stuff.
Okay, yeah, I respect that because there's a lot of recipes that call for cottage cheese.
Yeah, it's kind of gross. I would never eat it plain.
Yeah, but a lot of them have it like blended, so you eliminate the texture. It'd be weird.
It is a weird texture.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like chunky
cheese.
Chunky cheese.
I'm not a picky dude, but
It's like eating like a thing of blue cheese.
Yeah.
Like same texture.
yeah, you're right.
Jenks, we're on the podcast with Ethan. He's a personal trainer. He's telling me he eats 5 eggs, tuna fish, ground beef, turkey bacon, cottage cheese, and Greek yogurt. I'm seeing your take on that. I know you love hammering protein bars. He fell asleep. He ate like 20 protein bars. He eats them 20 a day.
20 protein bars.
Yeah. So, Jenks, call me back if you get a chance. We'll be podcasting for the next hour. Thanks, buddy. Talk to you soon.
Wonder how he's feeling. Like,
That man's toilet has a problem.
You
man.
think so? Yeah. What's up with that?
I mean, if you're knocking down 20 protein bars a day, I mean, that's ridiculous.
They did a road trip, and he's just hammering protein bars.
Honestly, protein bars are a cheat code when you're traveling because they're so easy to get at like the gas station or whatever. I wouldn't make it like part of your like day-to-day thing. If you're knocking down more than like 2 or 3 a day, I'm not a fan of that. But yeah, if you're traveling, good move.
And he's hold on a second. He's swamped today. Well, that was Jenks, who works with Frank the Tank.
okay.
Frank the Tank from Barstool, because it's a Barstool podcast. Part of my tank, part of my friends. This is Frank. Look at that. We had that design.
That's pretty legendary.
That's great.
Episode 102, we did a fundraiser at Parkville Market. He signed autographs. He took pictures. I did a walk.
Yeah.
I'm walk number 165.
How many pounds down is he now?
He's into a 2X shirt.
Good for him.
He
man.
was in a 6X shirt.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He lost 100 pounds.
Good for
Walks
him.
every day, swims now. Awesome guy.
Yeah.
To Feeney, be a good friend. That was.
He might be based on videos I've seen. He might be the only guy that can give Newman a run for his money, baseball encyclopedia wise.
Yes.
He knows his stuff.
Yeah.
He like really knows.
I met him one time at a Mets game. He wouldn't remember.
He can win. He can name every World Series champion from the start of time to current day. He did it on our walk. Yeah. And like the score, like what they won
series?
4-2 the series.
Wow.
That one swept.
That's impressive.
That is impressive.
All right, who's back? Who wants to go first?
I can start us off.
Yeah.
All right, start us off. Who's back?
My who's back of the week? Give me those New York Yankees.
Yes.
All right, after a pretty brutal June and beginning of July, and honestly, what even looked like earlier this week, getting swept in the Subway Series by the Mets. I was at Yankee Stadium for the first game. Of the two losses, the better. We lost 3-2. Next day, got blown out 12-3. And then, series comes in against the Red Sox. We blow a lead in the first game. Won the last two. I was at Fenway Park last night. Watched that Sunday Night Baseball.
Yeah.
8-2 victory. You know what? Jazz Chisholm, we're back. Yankees
I was going to
are
ask
back.
about him. Jazz.
He's
I like
fast.
Jazz.
He's fast. It's awesome.
He's got the cool belt. Walked in with his hat backwards.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they said he was going to wear number 2.
Yeah, I didn't. He idolizes Derek Jeter. I don't
Yeah.
think that was gonna fly though. He might as well wear A-Rod's number.
And where's he playing the field? Center?
He's versatile, which
Okay.
is
Utility
great.
player, I'd say.
He is a utility player. He's started initially as a second baseman. The Yankees had him at center field last night, but there's even talk about him playing at third base. He's very open to it, which is nice to see from a guy that's new to the clubhouse.
Who's back? The Yankees. I love the Yankees. I kind of stopped watching them because they were not back, but
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that they're coming back. Also, I don't like, brought them up, but that they're on Amazon one day, ESPN the next day, Yes the other day, Channel 11 another day. It's like just to watch your team these days, you got to have like 5 different networks.
You got to use Stream.
I sound like
you
an
gotta
old
use-
cranky man.
You got to use Stream East, Feeney.
Stream East.
Stream East.
Is that illegal?
No comment.
Stream East, people.
Yeah.
Recommendation section.
StreamEast.io.
Whatever Pags' girlfriend's father, he set him up on his TV. He literally has every sports channel known to man.
On Stream East.
Is that what that is?
I get Stream
Maybe.
East on my laptop. I'm not sure exactly what it's called on the Fire Stick, but it's a very similar concept. And it's like, yeah, there's just you recognize the channels more than I did. There's random like European soccer channels that are just like
for like
never
every
heard
European
of.
country.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It is crazy.
All right, who's back?
Who's
Ethan?
back? This is a tough one for me. I'm gonna have to say versatility, position versatility. This Jazz Chisholm thing kind of got me thinking. The Celtics, they have all these guys who can guard multiple positions, and availability too. Availability is your biggest quality. I've been thinking a lot about this Joel Embiid guy, right? He's been talking a lot of crap recently in the media. Have you been watching that?
No, I heard France is booing him. Is this something to do with that or no?
Well, France
he
offered
could've
him.
played.
Yeah, they offered him citizenship.
Yes.
In order to play on the French national team, because they wanted to get not just the Twin Towers, they wanted to get 3 towers in Gobert, Wembanyama, and Embiid. And
Imagine
Embiid
that.
told him to kick rocks. Would have been insane. And
because his son was born in the United States, so he wanted to play for them. That's the last I heard.
Okay.
yeah.
But what else is he doing? But
He's
his Knicks game, he lost a lot of respect for him, grabbing people by the feet on the ground, always complaining to the refs, complaining to be hurt. But he is a complete monster. He's a great player.
He's a great player, sure, but like this dude says like, "Oh, if I'm healthy, I beat the Celtics." It's like you lost to 5 different iterations of the Celtics, and this is like their best one. So
Their best chance to win a championship was the year that Kawhi hit the shot. They ran out. They had Jimmy Butler. They had Tobias Harris. They had obviously Embiid. And who am I missing from that group? There was a group of 4 of them they were discussed. Redick. They had Redick too. I feel like I'm even missing somebody else. Past
podcast legend who just shut down his podcast.
I know. Got his team. You see his coaching experience. Last
It's
coach
like
a 4th grade
his
pickup summer league.
His
And now
son's
he
team.
coaches the Lakers.
Yeah. By the way, Ben Simmons was also on that team. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh,
Embiid.
Yeah.
Versatility. No, that Celtics team's legit. Drew Holiday. People.
But the Knicks have that now too.
He was key. I think he was most important. He guards
so
everyone. He's smart. He rebounds. To get an offensive rebound, that extends the possession. The defense is now tired because you locked down. You thought you had a turnover, but now you got to do it again for another 30 seconds. That'll wear a team out, and he does that. Drew Holiday, Huge fan.
Who's your NBA comp in like the over 40 league?
Like player wise,
Yeah.
Ty is now playing in the over 30 league.
Okay, so he's
He
like
just scored 50.
he's Steph, you know.
He's Steph.
He's Steph. This guy, first time we ever played men's league. We're like 18, 19 years old with Wallach, and like Sahil's friend who's like a baller, Brian.
Yeah, no, he's legit.
And like we're playing like these dudes. This dude's like, how tall is Ty?
About 5'5".
Okay.
And we're like, okay, like
He weighs
what's
about 80 pounds.
Yeah, he's tiny. Dude hit like 12 threes.
His range
had
is
like
just ridiculous.
56 points. And we still had 86 points, and we lost by 20.
I
No,
mean,
he-
some
he-
people just get in
I
the
don't know
gym,
how
shoot
he
500
does it.
shots a day.
I don't know how he does it, but he's pretty much unstoppable on offense.
He is the JCC West Hartford legend. Like,
Yeah.
For him.
you see all of his trophies in his window?
Yep. I think he just won another one.
Okay.
He no, I was with a dad who doesn't even play hoop, and a neighbor of mine. He goes, "Oh, that's Ty. He's the one that's really good in basketball." I looked at him like, "Jorge, how do you even know? This guy Jorge never stepped in the gym, but it just goes around town." And he like said it like, "Oh, this guy." I was just with Ty. Shout out to Ty. He's a good guy. Just with Ty. He sprained his ankle too.
Hate to see it.
Hate to see it. Hate to see it. It's a bad injury.
But who's your NBA comp in that over 40 league? Because in like the 18 plus league, I'd say it's more of like a really light Isaiah Hartenstein.
Oh yeah.
Bright skin Isaiah Hartenstein.
Yes. Who is it?
No, because he plays like hustle dirty kind of.
Yeah. I like to play like,
Throw an elbow.
Dennis
I like that.
Rodman, Anthony Mason were my guys. If I missed a shot, I'm getting the rebound. That's
Good for you.
people know. They were like, he pads his stats. I just missed a lot of layups. That's all. My Achilles heel. Just put the ball in the hoop, Feeney. I had a great game this year. So I've been dropping. I was a first-round pick 10 years ago. Now I'm a fifth-round pick.
Whoa.
Stock dropping. So I had to prove myself. I dropped 25 this year. So I had to like prove myself.
What happened? How better players coming in the
yeah.
league?
So it's 30. So new 30-year-olds come in every year. I'm 45 now. You hit the wall at 45. It's tough. And some days you feel like not so healthy. I like to play on Wednesdays because now I need to run on Sunday,
Yep.
stretch on Monday, do some core workout, Friday, Saturday, just because I know that I'm only doing this to prepare for Wednesday.
Yeah.
I like to run backwards, helps my knees, some stretching, knees over toes. You know that guy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that guy's the man. I love his podcast. I love everything he does. So recommend knees
How many
over
times
toes.
did he tear his ACL?
A lot.
A lot. And, now
And he started dunking at 40.
Yeah.
So he's my,
That's like one of my goals now.
yeah, do it.
I know, right?
You can do it.
But like I kind of totally like would shift my entire leg program. So like I don't know.
Now you have
Well, I
another
could
14 years till you're 40.
Yeah. But like I'm long enough to just like get up
You
and
should.
There you go.
All
right.
right, who's back? I'm moving on. I don't have a sports one, but who's back? Gas station pump commercials are
Okay.
back.
All right. Talk to me.
Oh, okay.
Amp Radio. I had the opportunity to just cut a commercial for our golf tournament, Friends of Feeney Golf Tournament, September 14th. So while you're pumping, we're in Avon, Canton, Farmington, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 in West Hartford, Simsbury, Southington, Plainville. While you're pumping gas around town, listen for, hi, my name is Eric Feeney, founder and president of Friends of Feeney. So gas station pump commercials are back, ladies and gentlemen.
Heck yeah.
Please check them out.
I'm leaving the gas station if I ever show up and I hear, hi, this is Eric Feeney. I'm gone. There's not a chance I'm continuing to spend my money at that facility.
All right, you guys got 2 more on backs, and then we'll move on to Mount Rushmore. What do you got? We got another on
Oh,
back.
let's get to the Mount
Want
Rushmore.
to skip to Mount Mark?
We can do that, or
let's
when
go.
you want to do hot seat,
Oh,
cool
it's
throne.
Mr. Heller.
Mr. Heller's here.
Oh, look
Okay.
at that. What's up?
Your call.
All
Your
right,
show.
let's do a hot seat, cool throne real quick before,
Okay.
and then we can go there.
Hot seat, cool throne. Who
right.
wants to go first?
We can keep the same order. I'll run it. All right, my hot seat, and I'm proud of this one, and I'm happy to talk about it. My hot seat, for obvious reasons, is Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum played 0 minutes in Team USA's opening victory over Nikola Jokic and the Serbians. there are 12 players on that team, including Joel Embiid, who Ethan just talked a lot of crap about, understandably so. Joel Embiid started for that team. Granted, was a -8 on the game, but we didn't talk about that. Jason Tatum and Tyrese Halliburton were the two players that did not log a second of playing time. Steve Kerr was asked about it and said he just went with lineups that made sense, and I think it's astounding to me, and I think as a Jalen Brunson fan, someone who I believe should have made All-NBA first team over Jason Tatum this year, it's funny to me that, again, the All-NBA first team member didn't play a minute in their opening victory. I don't know if you have any comments on that, but
I think it's rest. He played the most. He just won a championship. I think he's still getting a little respite. What do you think? And they just don't want to talk about it and say, hey,
I don't know.
maybe he has knee soreness.
Drew Holiday and Derek White also played.
Oh, they played.
They played. So that's
They're
got
not primary ball handlers, though. Like,
Are they
like
looking
Tatum.
for defense?
You
He's
just call Drew Holiday not a primary ball. He's the point guard.
Yeah, but Tatum runs the offense and initiates everything.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Olympic-style basketball.
That kind of plays a part of it, too. Like,
Shorter three-pointer.
Yeah.
like Carmelo was like the Olympic king.
All-time leading scorer, right?
Yeah.
Melo. Man, Tatum, though. I do like Tatum. I hate to say it. As a Knicks fan, I love Jalen Brunson. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, you got you. You got him, man.
Do you see WWE has Jalen Brunson shirts now?
Do they? Because of him and Tyrese Halliburton with the chair and everything?
With the chair and he's like posing like this. But you can get it on WWE shop. Jalen Brunson. It's like a caricature. It's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
I'm like,
I'm
do
gonna
I
have to
get
cop
it?
one of those.
I might get it.
If you get it, I'll get it.
And he took a pay cut to help his team.
Oh yeah, 113 mil. You know he's gonna get that in a few years though. He's gonna be the first $400 million player.
Wow.
We'll see.
And his dad's the coach. I know you brought up Tatum, and we spun off to Brunson, but I like Brunson a lot more.
Yeah, all right.
My hot seat
Go ahead.
is Gatorade.
Ooh.
I feel like Gatorade's been getting a lot of heat these days on like the TikTok, Instagram reels. Like people like showing, like, you see those?
I'm not. Talk to
Like
me
they
about
like show like what they put in Gatorade.
It's all sugar.
Oh yeah, and then like a bunch of stuff you've never heard of. It's
You ever
kind of
see
nasty.
there's a picture of like what's in your drinks, like the pounds of sugar. Coca-Cola is like sugar up to here.
Yeah.
Gatorade, sugar up to here. Soda, it's like goes down the list.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking
Like
about.
Gatorade, yeah, there's like salt. I mean, there's salt and stuff and
Yeah, what you need.
to refuel.
Yeah.
But a lot of sugar. I always water down my Gatorade.
Yeah.
I take a few sips, add it on, and I just try to make it dilute it a little bit.
Have you guys seen these people like on TikTok and all this crap doing water of the days? They like,
No.
they like take like a massive jug of water because our soft generation can't just consume water the way you and I are doing this right now, and they have to just like flood it with a bunch of nonsense to make their water. It's not even water at the end of it. It's like a bunch of Mio, a bunch of this, bunch of that. Like it depends on the person,
Oh.
but it's like it's not even water.
How about my brother? He's got his app connected to his water bottle. It reminds him to take water, and it tells him how much he drank during the day, or like how often your interviewers are drinking, how often you grab it. It's connected. His water bottle's connected to his phone.
That might be a little too much for me, but
And
I
he
like
spent
it. I like dedication.
He spent like a holiday or a Christmas, I think it was a birthday party. It wasn't connected. So he's like, my phone's not connecting. My phone's connecting. I'm like, just drink the water.
Yeah, right.
It's water.
It's not that big a deal. It ain't that deep, man.
But he needed that data. Pretty weird.
Yeah.
All right, so what am I on?
Hot seat.
Hot seat, cool throne.
Ooh, hot seat, cool throne.
Can I say I had Olympics. I don't even know anything about this, but I was going to throw it out there to see. I had Kendrick and Drake versus Drake. I don't know anything about that either.
You don't know anything about that?
Fill me in. I know.
Like,
It's not a
come
beef
on.
battle like Tupac Biggie,
Nah, it's kind of crazy.
but he's calling them.
Pedophile.
Yeah, there's a song called A minor. Or
Well,
he
that's
says-
a line
That's
in
a
it,
line.
yeah.
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 Or-
Trying to strike a chord and there's probably a minor. Like, yikes.
Is that in Not Like Us?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. I don't know too much about it either, but I know.
That's like, honestly, you should listen to that. It's
All
like
right,
a
I'm gonna look into
top
that.
diss song.
Of all time.
I'd say it's like, what's your top diss song of all time? Oh, I think let me guess. It's Hit 'Em Up.
No.
No. It's
You ever hear Cannabis?
no.
Mike Tyson. So LL Cool J dissed Cannabis once. On Flavor in Your Ear, Busta Rhymes is sponsored. There's like a whole bunch of people in this song, and LL wanted to go last
Yeah.
because he was conscientious of his verse and kind of like poo-pooed on Cannabis, and Cannabis had the second round knockout featuring Mike Tyson on it. Go check that one out. Second round knockout by Cannabis. Phenomenal song.
Second round.
But that's my favorite diss track. And then you got, the ending of 8 Mile
Oh yeah.
still pumps me up.
Okay.
Even though it's fiction, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
I remember you quoted that one time at a High Meadow staff training.
Which one?
So somebody said like just a minute and a half, and I just hear you across the. Both these cats get a minute and a half apiece.
Final round.
Yeah.
All right, so we got
Cool Throne.
Throne.
Cool Throne. Are we good?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't.
How about Gibbets? Are Gibbets back?
What are gibbets?
Oh,
Crocs.
Would this be Cool Throne, or excuse me, would this be Cool Seat or Hot Throne? Gibbets
Cool
on
Seat.
Crocs.
I feel like Hot Seat Cool Throne is like more of like the Hot Seat is like something like that's on trial, and the
Okay.
Cool Throne is like something that needs to be like
Shout it out.
yeah, but right
Yeah,
maybe?
I mean that's what my cool throne is. We can do that because I know you got to head in what.
Mount
15 or
Rushmore?
Like, yeah,
We-
15, 20
We
minutes.
getting on Mount Rushmore, or what are we doing?
Let's do a cool throne rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Real quick. All right, my cool throne. I'm gonna shout out my man, Corey Larson.
Ooh.
I hear he's stepping up big time
Love
at
this
camp.
guy.
After
Ooh, okay.
I won't comment on too many things. I hear there's a little rearranging of upper management at High Meadow, and Corey Larson stepped up big time, and just proud of him. Been a good friend of mine coming up. Since we were like 6 years old, known him for a lot of years, and thrilled to see that he's thriving there. So my cool throne is Mr. Corey Larson.
I can't agree more. He's doing a phenomenal job. It's so weird to me to see kids that were campers. He's in a leadership role.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is the assistant program director. He drives around. He sets up. He's in early every morning. He sets up the entire camp.
Good for him.
He's got the clipboard now. He is asking me, hey, Feeney, anything I can do to help? He's an amazing person. He works hard. He cares for the camp. So, yeah, great shout-out. Thank you. What minute are we for the Corey Larson shout-out? 38 for Corey Larson. Corey with a K.
Corey with a K.
And come to find out, he graduated. What's his degree? His college degree. Do you know?
I believe he got certified in like dog training.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. He's a certified dog trainer.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
So he's coming down to West Hartford to help Barkley, my Labradoodle. And
You have to change that name, man.
Barkley, I know.
Yeah.
Well, he's originally named for Charles Barkley.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
So-
You good then?
Yeah. The mound round to rebound. Love Barkley. Sir Charles, the Chuck Wagon. So he's going to come help with training. So shout out to Corey if you want any information on dog training from Corey Larson. He's your guy. Wonderful person.
Yeah, great dude.
I like it.
Cool Throne.
Cool throne.
I'd say my Cool Throne is the Cool Throne's you're shouting them out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your Cool Throne first? I gotta still think.
Cool throne would be motivation
Okay.
to work out and inspiration. Like you guys inspire me.
Okay.
A couple people you see that are in good shape.
Yeah.
I love the conversation. Hang around positive people. It's Cool Throne.
I got one now. The process, like you
Yeah.
know, we gotta fall in love with like the daily process.
Yes.
We live in like a Pags talks about it all the time, like a world of instant gratification.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, discipline. You're not gonna, you're not gonna move the mountain,
No.
but you can move it rock by rock.
Yep.
Absolute.
The person,
Inspirational, right there.
the person that loves to walk will walk further than the person who loves the destination.
Ooh,
Ooh.
I like that.
I don't have any like really deep philosophical
good.
quotes.
You can bring a man a fish, but if you teach him how to fish, he will eat for a lifetime. Something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, the Mount Rushmore camp moments. I think this is like what I really been waiting for.
Yeah, let's do it. Mount Rushmore.
All right, let's do it.
So who has the first pick? I think it's
It's a snake draft either way.
Feeney's the host, so I feel like he should
I mean,
go
you
first.
brought it up. I'm gonna steal it. I don't know. Should I steal your helicopter, or is that one of yours?
No.
Good.
No, go ahead. Are you taking helicopter 1-1?
I mean,
Feel like you
I
have
feel
to.
like I'm kind of locked in, as Feeney brought a helicopter to camp.
Correct.
Like, I called my National Guard friends over at the Air Force Base, or the Air National Guard base, and I made some. I don't want to say pulled some strings, but I know some people. I use my friends. I'm all about the friends.
Yup.
And we had kids, 200 kids, sitting, and it comes out of a distance, a Black Hawk helicopter. split the trees. I mentioned it earlier. I'm just reliving it. It gave me chills. And then we got off. They turned it off. Kids got to get in the seats, talk with the pilots, take pictures. It was an amazing day, and it's memorable. Like, obviously, you guys remembered it.
Oh, yeah.
I feel terrible that I forgot about it. But, yeah, all right. That's my Mount Rushmore.
For my first pick, the second overall, we're talking iconic moments, not necessarily greatest moments. I'm going Kelly Wilbur's drop. I mean, you're talking about a moment that happened in 2012. Neither of you guys were at camp, but I know you both know it incredibly well.
Yeah.
It's like you have campers in 2BA going up to Kelly, making fun of her for dropping the ball. They weren't born when the drop happened.
That's
To me,
true.
that's the definition of iconic moment. You talk about something that everybody knows. You had that on there?
I had that on there.
Yeah, honestly, if I had 1-1, I was going that way.
I usually go, hey, I start my summer. When do I hear my first, when did Kelly drop the ball?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's usually in training or week 1.
Yeah, usually, Wilbur, something like that.
And I wasn't even there, but I heard it so much. I feel like I can envision it because I've heard you guys talk about it for so much. I got there 2014, and it was legendary. It's a legendary moment for you guys, but to hear it every late night skit.
Yep.
Out of nowhere, they'll throw a random kid. Again, he's 8.
Yeah.
He drops it, and everyone goes, Kelly Wilbur dropped the ball.
Exactly. Newman won't let that die. Credit to him. So yeah, that's my
It's
first
an
pick.
amazing. It's funny how things like that will live on.
Oh yeah.
And she dropped the ball, and I guess it was in a prime moment, championship moment. Were you in this game? Were you there?
This is
It
this
was
after.
it was 2012. I was in 7BA. I was not in the game. I was there. I was not in the game though.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I'd say
Mount Rushmore.
for me.
You get 2.
Okay, so I'm back to back. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
It's
good.
snakes.
One moment I'm involved in, and another one I'm not. The one I'm involved in, the asparagus moment, I feel like that's pretty iconic.
Check these off.
I had that on my list.
Kelly Wilbur,
I knew you were gonna take
asparagus.
it, but
We were playing an alliteration game at camp, and introducing an icebreaker game, and I, at the time, thought asparagus was spelt with an E.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
Say your
asparagus,
name and
an
name a
alliteration
food that
game,
starts
yeah.
with the same letter. And
No, it was just like
Ethan.
I don't know. I didn't want to
asparagus.
be exciting Ethan or something,
Yeah, you want to go outside the box. There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that.
Asparagus. But you ran with it, wrote it on a T-shirt.
And the
That
other
was your nickname for a little bit, asparagus.
a little bit, like my entire time there. It never died.
Iconic. Mount
Um,
Rushmore.
Yeah.
And then my other Mount Rushmore moment had to also come at Adventure, and it had to be Bradley, just reaming you out.
Just an all-time moment right
Someone just brought that up.
How old was he? You think like?
It happened 2 summers in a row, so I don't know. Armstrong just brought it up, actually.
there. Yeah, Armstrong was his counselor. He gave him a Green Award for it that week after it happened.
Was it the one where he threw a chair or a cone at me?
A cone
or both?
at you.
Was it a cone?
I didn't know he threw a chair at you. I knew he threw a cone at you.
Like so much anger, but he was like pretty well spoken for how young he was. It was a pretty
Bradley.
all-time moment.
Yeah.
I knew that. All right, I'm glad that was sure to come up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bradley.
Uh,
Shout out to Bradley. He's like in Mexico now.
That's what.
Yeah, I know.
That's what he was telling me.
Yeah. He Snapchats me every once in a while.
Did you
His
ever go to his
voice-
bar mitzvah?
I did go to his bar mitzvah.
How was
Awesome.
it?
It was so much fun. I went with Newman, Corey, Jason, who used to do archery, and a few other people. It was
Did he have
so
it at
much
High
fun.
Meadow?
No, I forgot. It was at a hotel, kind of right off the highway, I think. So I forget where, but it was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
All right, so my second round pick, I'm gonna go the late night skit where Newman introduced Van down by the river. He played Matt Foley and did an entire skit where he kind of made Van down by the river applicable to camp. He proceeded to do Van down by the river in some way for like the next 4 summers as well. I believe that was also in 2012 actually. So I'm kind of turning back the clock for my first 2 picks. But again, something where a lot of people weren't even there for that moment can reference in a van down by the river. They'll still reference it. That's an iconic moment.
Iconic. I agree. I looked forward to it, and I haven't seen it maybe 3 or 4 years. Maybe you make an appearance, but it's an SNL skit. You know, Chris Farley's this big sweaty salesman or something.
He's a motivational speaker.
Motivational speaker.
Yeah.
And he's like, in a van. What's another line? In a van down by the river. And he's like, really.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
classic.
thrice divorced.
You might not have mentioned this, but or even realized this one, but when you had your like moment of retirement at the staff party.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
And you kind of bonded with your dad, and I thought that was a really cool moment.
Appreciate that.
You guys spent your time. It was like changing of the guard, or that must have been tough on you because you bonded over that for so many summers, and you're like you gave like a Hall of Fame speech. Yeah. And you were like, ba, 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 and then Dad came up and you got emotional and stuff. I was kind of in my feels for that. So that was really cool.
No, I appreciate that.
That was a staff night. When did you retire? When was that? How
2021. Yeah, I happened to be getting inducted into the Ultra Ball Hall of Fame that night, and I knew it was my last summer. It was like the Thursday of week 8, and I was just like, I got the mic in hand. I knew Shayback didn't want me to do anything with it, but I'm like, hey, he's not about to shut me down right now. So I was just like, hey, it's my last year. Love you guys. Thank you for the memories.
Yeah. Another thing, Newman dropped the ball. I wanted to have the plaque here.
Oh, yeah.
Your Hall of Fame, but it was at his mom's house. His mom's on vacation. She said she was going to leave the key under the mat, and the key wasn't there.
I'm going to go ahead and assume
Newman didn't show
that was
up.
the surprise that he was referencing.
Ah, yeah.
Just tell him. I'll act surprised. Tell him. Don't tell him you told me.
Hopefully he doesn't watch this.
Yeah, all right.
Episode 114.
I should probably
Pardon my friends.
A few minutes.
All right. You want to go again? Or you want me to go?
We'll speed run it.
Lee chasing a bear with a stick.
Okay.
Oh, that's a great
nice.
one. That's a great
loved
pick.
Running down.
Good call.
Wanted to, let's just fire him out now.
Yeah.
Mine's got to be Nick Braga's quote of Bill. Bill always looks like he's walking against the wind.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I also have, you kind of brought this up earlier, anytime we all come together to sing the Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way, As Long As You Love Me, or do like a Man in the Mirror dance.
Yeah,
like,
that's a good one.
Those are iconic moments.
Bill teaching soccer. I wasn't there for that one either.
I was.
But everyone has the stretch. And I feel, again, one of those moments where I've heard it so much. Bill and his stretching.
I also have messing with Braden, specifically the E60 where we went to ESPN, got Kenny Mayne to sign an Ultra Ball, and we brought it, and he wrote on it E60 2021. And mind you, it was like 2018, 2019 at the time.
You remember that one time what you said in the group chat? And Feeney just like wakes up and reads it one day. He's like, I can't believe this dude said this.
I know exactly what you're talking about. We can't say it on the air.
Oh, yeah.
About Braden?
Yes.
Yes.
Or Freddie?
No.
Braden.
Freddie's fantasy name was kind of inappropriate, too.
Yeah, it was.
What about Dan Fritz brought that up?
Yeah.
Because we talked about Kenny Mayne on the podcast. So go back and check that one because he goes, Braden really thought.
We still have that volleyball.
They were going to do an E60.
I'm going to give it to him for his wedding.
Yeah.
Yes.
You get married in less than 2 weeks.
Oh, are you guys going?
I'm the best man.
He's the best man.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. Very cool.
Yeah,
Congratulations. Brandon, Braden, whatever we called you.
Yeah.
So you guys messed it up on purpose. The High Meadow Hermit. I don't know. High Meadow Hermit. That came up in a skit.
I don't know much about it.
It was just like a story.
It's
More of a story.
It's kind of died out.
Ben
It was more of a
Kirst-
story when I was like little, like 2008.
Ben Curcio's impression of Feeney and Jason's late night skit, I think, when he was like, I got Kristaps Porzingis coming out of a Black Ops helicopter right now.
was great.
That was pretty great.
Yeah.
Oh, I had Rebecca Lobo
That was good.
come to camp with her gold medal
Yeah, you bit.
that I bit. And I have a picture posing with Rebecca Lobo with the medal.
Bite somebody
Biting
else's gold
She
medal.
signed it. Dear Feeney, I still have teeth marks in my medal. Thanks, Rebecca Lobo. It's signed in my house. It's pretty cool.
96 Atlanta Olympics, I think.
96. And she's just passing it around, let people hold it. I'm
Yeah.
like,
And this
where is
dude
it? Where is it?
Just bites her medal.
Yeah,
Well, that's how you check to see if it's real. It's like, that was like an Olympic move. That's what you do. I don't know.
When you win the gold medal.
Yeah, when you weigh, yeah, true.
All right.
No. I also have 2014 staff Ultra Ball game just simply because that's where the Jason Liebach overrated chant started.
Oh,
Yeah.
good call. Good
Riley, the CIT, do you remember her?
Yeah.
She still does Jason Liebach.
I love it.
overrated.
call. That's hilarious.
It's an iconic moment.
I just heard that the other day.
for her.
Jason Liebach, overrated. Farber used to take extra steps in Ultra Ball.
Oh, that's
yeah.
an iconic moment.
Farber used to round the corner and like look for Erica Vicola to throw him a block. It was bad.
The Tough Mudder.
Shout out Erica
Tough model.
Ficola. I think she's getting married.
She is. Oh yeah, she is engaged.
So
yeah.
is
Amanda
Maren
Rack.
Radcliffe. She's getting married.
Wow.
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
10th, actually, a day before Brandon is.
You going to that one too?
No. I lost touch with her, but
Kids are getting
congratulations
old.
to her.
Kids
Yeah.
getting old.
I remember. So yeah, seeing Corey as a kid and now in leadership position, Armstrong as a kid, Hamilton as a kid,
Yeah.
you as a kid.
Yeah.
I've been there 10 summers. So yeah, if you started, if you're gonna be 6, you got to go.
Yeah.
A couple
'cause,
more.
like, I would love to stay, but like if I do not show up,
Yeah.
they're gonna be
I
like
understand,
people
man.
with
We
it.
got some surprise guests. While we have some time, we're going to talk about some upcoming events. We had our golf tournament September 14th. That's at Tunxus. $650 a team. We have a Yard Goats game. Only like 25 tickets left. That's August 16th. Friends of Feeney at the Yard Goats. October 12th is our 6th annual Global Cardboard Challenge Makerspace event. Come check us out at Elmwood Makerspace. And we're giving free haircuts at our back-to-school extravaganza, filling backpacks and giving free cuts at Parkville Market. That's going to happen on August 25th, 1 to 4, right before school starts. 4 wonderful events. Pags, which one you most likely to do? Do a little start, sit, cut on these events. Which one you going to?
I'll tell you right now, I think I got to go to the back to school. I am a teacher, so I'm going to start that event.
Okay.
Plus, you got free haircuts, man. I need to get a fresh fade.
Fresh
You know what I'm
cut.
saying?
Starting the haircut.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bench. I still like it. But I'm gonna bench the Hartford Yard Goats. Big baseball fan. I
Okay.
love that. I'm gonna cut golf. I'm terrible at golf. I know my limits as an individual. Golf is one of those limits. I'm just awful at it.
All right.
And that would like fit a cover of PMT, so make sure. There, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
All right, so Mount Rushmore. Do you have a Mount Rushmore camp moment?
Rushmore camp moment. Say I was only there for 3 years, but I would say coming back from COVID 2020, when we weren't sure if we were going to be there.
There you go.
Uncertain how it was going to work. Were kids even going to be able to do all the activities? Just how awesome it was, how close to normal it was, and seeing everybody be happy after being locked up for such a long time. That would be one of my top moments.
Yeah, that was our welcome back to society. But
We needed that.
but we wore masks outside
I know.
on 90-degree days.
I mean, there were days that, like, after playing an ultra ball game, my mask was just drenched, and it's like you're walking through the parking lot, you're telling kids, don't come anywhere near me because, if we were 6 feet or further apart, we were good. We
Yeah.
could take our masks off. I'm like, I can't breathe in this thing. It was bad.
Those long days in the parking lot because there's no buses that year,
Yep.
and all the parents picking them up. Those days were
Oh,
long.
yeah. That was awful.
I will say, though, kind of like, spin zone that for me, as a sports staff member, we would just drive around and like pick up all the equipment. It'd be me, Matt Liebeck, Ethan, Brandon. I think Steve. I can't remember Steve. No, Steve was there in summer 21, but still, same kind of concept. A lot of fun in those picks.
Yeah.
It's like made the best of it.
That is a fun time just picking up. Any other ones?
Other specific
So I had
moments.
Lobo, Bitter Metal, Helicopter. Lee and Larry have something that is hilarious that I hear this story every summer and I loved hearing it. But when they were not at camp, they also did athletic directors for parties.
Oh yeah.
And they umped a softball game.
Yeah.
What am I going to say?
Little deep.
Little deep.
Little deep.
Little deep. Little deep. So the guy got mad because softball, the ball has to land behind the plate. And the pitcher was like, it was a ball. And Lee just looked up and said, little deep. And I say that sometimes. Like, how you say, you got a minute and a half each.
Yeah, minute and a half each.
If I hear anybody say little deep, little deep, little deep.
Little deep.
We'll bring that up.
Did we talk about Lee chasing the bear in the golf cart? Oh,
That's
yeah.
funny. Yeah, he loved that. Beeping the horn.
Shout out to my guy Owen Harder. A
Yeah.
one-year camper just got married at his wedding, but him and
congrats.
Lee running around the golf cart chasing the bears off. Iconic.
I was about to bring up Owen because wasn't there a moment where he was like had his hand out and the bear was like 3 feet away from him? It's
Probably,
like
yep.
on the radio, like, hey, Owen to the office. Yeah, I have eyes on the bear as it is 5 feet away from me.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah.
We have a new archery woman, counselor, Laura. She's like, where's the bear? I want to go after it. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's not
Let's
the way
not
it
be
is.
safe. Let's be safe here.
That's a broken arrow right there.
Broken arrow. And all the kids know that now.
Yeah.
What a broken arrow is. All right, Lies. Want to play this game, Lies?
You might have to Explain it to me a little bit.
All right, so you have 30 seconds. We'll pick a topic. Let's do a topic. Could do camp related or just sports related, like Major League Baseball teams.
Okay.
How many Major League Baseball teams can you name in 30 seconds?
I'm going to tell you I can name 13.
13. So can you name more Major League Baseball teams in 30 seconds, or is he lying?
Can I name more in
Yeah, you
30
got it.
seconds? Ooh. I'll trust myself. I'll say yeah.
All right. You're going to do more than 30 seconds. Are you ready? You have 30 seconds to name more than 13 baseball teams.
All right.
Ready?
Let me know.
Go.
Yankees, Red Sox, Mets, Phillies, Orioles, Marlins, Rockies, Mariners, A's, Astros, Rangers, Cubs, White Sox, Tigers, Blue Jays, Angels, Dodgers. How many am I at? Diamondbacks, Padres.
All right. Good job.
impressive.
You named 20.
Okay.
20. I think there's 32. So pretty good. Pretty good. Do you want to do anybody have a topic, want to challenge me? Or
I mean, I saw on the document you got 1994 New York Knicks.
you want to go? 1994 New York Knicks. Do you know them?
Yeah, I mean, I can
How many can you name?
probably 6. Maybe.
All right, I think I could do more.
Yeah.
I hope. I wrote it down.
Okay.
How about what very eventful, memorable moment in history happened in 1994 while the Knicks were playing?
I mean, June 17th, 1994. I think you're referring to OJ's car chase. I mean, that was June 17th was also the Rangers Stanley Cup parade. It was also Arnold Palmer's, I believe, last U.S. Open. It was the opener of the 94 World Cup in the United States.
Not too impressive. It's a 30 for 30.
It is a 30 for 30. It's a great
He's not
30 for
pulling
30.
that off his brain. He
No.
saw the show.
I saw a 30 for 30 for sure, but it's still. Yeah,
Where
that was a
were you
crazy
in
day.
1994?
I wasn't even a thought in 1994. I was five years predating me.
Jeez.
Same.
Yeah, right.
Are
Yep.
you about the same age?
Yeah, we're both born in 99. I'm
99.
very, very late in 99, so he's a little older.
All right, 94 Knicks. I'm going to time myself. Let's see. I can name more than 6.
6, yeah.
You want to time me?
Yeah, I got you. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
I got Ewan, Mason, Derek Harper, Greg Anthony, Charles Oakley, Charles Smith,
Yep.
maybe.
Yep, for sure.
Who's a backup center? I want to say Rolando Blackman, but that could be a question mark. Greg Anthony, John Starks.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Mason, Oakley, Ewing, John Starks, Greg
And
Anthony.
that's your time.
I think
Yeah.
I named
8 or 9?
possible, but 8, 7. So
Yeah.
I named more than 6.
I was waiting for you to say Starks. I was like, man.
I know.
Yeah, Starks would have been the first or second name I said, maybe second after Ewing.
He went ice cold.
Yeah.
Game 7 against the Rockets. I think he was 0 for 100, but he just kept shooting. That's the John.
He was hot in Game 6.
That's the John Starks mentality. I tell people, you're either hot or you're due.
Yeah.
So you just got a shooter's mentality. That next shot's gonna go.
Yeah, he got asked in a recent interview. It's like, if Hakeem didn't block that shot in Game 6, do you think that was going in? He said yes.
Speaking of the Knicks, shout out to our friend Frank the Tank. Got Feeney wearing the Friends of Frank shirt right now. We'll get him back out here soon for an event. Frank the Tank will be back in Hartford.
Love it.
I called Jinx, left him a message about protein. Were you there for that?
No.
I was like gonna try to impress the boys. We got a Barstool style
He didn't pick up.
podcast.
Yeah.
He said he's swamped. He did text me back. I'm swamped. But Frank the Tank, guess where this sits? This sits above my TV,
Does it?
between my two beautiful twin baby pictures. All right? My wife's like, get this off the TV off the living room. It's Frank the Tank.
How old are the girls now?
15.
15. Wow.
Well, they're November birthdays.
Oh, okay. Wait, they could be sophomores?
Oh, darn it. I got this thing. Sorry, yeah. Just Andy and Susan Case. Shout out to Susan Case, big time donors. And this mail, number not found. But this is the second time I mailed them something, but this time it came back.
Oh.
I wanted to give it to Ethan.
You want
Give it
me
to
to
his
give it to him? I see Ethan a good amount.
All right. Oh yeah, you give it to him.
Yeah.
Thank you again for your sponsorship and your thoughtfulness. Give that to Ethan, please.
Will do.
All right, let's do this. All right, next game. Oh, did you get a chance to name something?
I didn't.
Oh, let's think of something he can name. Oh. Would say Yankees, but we'd have to pick like a year. You
Yeah.
know a lot. You'd probably name. I mean, let's just try it. Yankees. You down? How many Yankees can you name?
Just in general? Just yeah, I mean, yeah, I can try. It's just a lot.
You have 30 seconds.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm probably gonna go blank, but yeah, I'll get a few, obviously.
Is that too easy? I mean, obviously, what do you first thought? How many can you name?
In the 30 seconds, probably 15. Like just, maybe a little more than that, probably.
Come on, challenge yourself.
I'll probably get 21, 22.
All right.
Go for 20.
Go for 20.
20.
20.
20 and 30 seconds. Yankees.
Yeah.
Ready? This is called Lies. Who started Lies?
I don't know. Ethan knew that.
Oh,
game.
Ethan
Yeah.
shared that. This is a cool game, though. Ready? Go.
Garrett Cole, Luis Severino, Aaron Judge, Alex Verdugo, Giancarlo Stanton, Jazz Chisholm, Derek Jeter, Alex Rodriguez, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, Don Mattingly, Catfish Hunter, Thurman Munson, Jorge Posada, Andy Pettit, CC Sabathia, Mark Teixeira, Nick Swisher, Hideki Matsui, AJ Burnett, Mariano Rivera. I'll take it.
23.
Okay, I'll take that.
That was perfect. Thurman Munson. Loved him.
Yeah.
Jorge Posada. Love him. There's a picture of Jorge in our living room as well.
Oh, yeah.
Had some old faces in there, new faces, newest member of the Yankees. Shout
Yeah,
out Jazz.
Yeah, no, I was really just first I was sticking to just like 2010 and on, and then I'm like, I gotta diversify this. Might as well get the old heads in there.
Can you name jersey numbers 1 through 10?
No,
Yankees.
honestly, I mean, I can't. I mean, I obviously got Jeter 2. I got Ruth 3. I honestly might be lost. Yogi Berra at 9.
8.
8. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I got it past that. Not good with jersey numbers like that.
Mantle 7.
Yep.
Shoot, one of these guys got to be
Lou Gehrig.
Lou Gehrig. I think is 4
Yeah, he is.
or 5. Babe Ruth is 3. Jeter 2. Phil Rizzuto is 1. 10. Actually, 10 might have been Phil Rizzuto as well. 9 is I think Roger Maris.
Would make sense.
6. Lou Gehrig. We said him. All right. Pub quiz.
All right.
This is for a prize. Hi, Meadow. You get the pub quiz shouted out. You get to. No, that's not to that one. No. The phrase "Houston, we have a problem" is associated with which NASA space mission?
Apollo 13.
Hey, all right.
Damn, good for you.
First to 5. What popular pastime comes from Japanese word meaning empty orchestra? You can't get the point, but I just did this at Vietnamese night.
Karaoke.
What is the name of the motel in the movie Psycho?
I don't watch movies.
Never
yet,
seen
but-
it.
It's an Alfred Hitchcock movie. What is the national animal of Scotland?
National animals.
This is interesting.
The unicorn.
Yo.
Yeah, I did. That was that was
okay.
a random question with my students one time. I threw that on a quiz. So
What's that? I don't know what that is. Oh. Who was the first ghost to haunt Scrooge in Charles Dickens' novel A Christmas Carol?
The first ghost.
Yeah.
The
Ghost of
Ghost
Christmas
of
Past.
Winter's Past.
Jacob Marley.
no, we're a little
Very
off on
close,
that one.
yeah.
Yeah,
Do you teach math?
I do.
What is the next prime number after 19?
23.
Oh.
Okay, good for you.
Okay.
I had to start thinking.
What color do the plastics wear on Wednesdays in the movie Mean Girls?
Pink.
I'll give it to you. 2-2. How many years of marriage are celebrated by a silver wedding anniversary?
25.
25. Pretty good. Lemurs are native to what island nation?
Madagascar.
Good call. I don't know what that is. Ooh, in the movie King's Speech was centered on the life of what British monarch? Good movie, black and white movie. It's a true
Churchill?
story. I think he's in that actually.
Yeah, I had no.
King George the Sixth. In Toy Story, what is the first name of Woody and Buzz's owner?
Andy.
Oh, I think that's a tie.
That was right down the middle.
Which artist's Blue House in Mexico City is now a museum?
Picasso.
Van Gogh.
Frida Kahlo, excuse me. Which pair of brothers built the first successful airplane?
Right.
Which city was the Titanic built?
London.
Excuse me, Paris.
Belfast.
Oh, we've never gotten that.
Who had the hit song I Think We're Alone Now?
Whitney Houston.
I think our special guests are here. The mojito cocktail originates from what U.S. country? Do you have the mics too on the thing? Okay. That's
The
fine.
mojito cocktail.
Yes. Yo, we got special guests in the building.
What's up, guys?
Pardon my friends.
Hey, how you doing, man? Oh God.
Thanks, Matt. Well, you won, right?
I did.
So you won this T-shirt.
Oh, let's go.
I survived High Meadow late night.
There we go.
What's in that corner right there? What is that right
Little
there?
ultra. I saw it on someone's Instagram story. That's good stuff.
That's real good
That's
stuff.
for you. That's
Appreciate
for
it. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
Talking to the mic. All right, so Ethan had to leave. Matt Heller filled in. Matt Heller, we just did pub quiz. How many Yankees can you name in 30 seconds?
All right, ready?
Hold on. We're ready to go? Or should we catch up a little bit and introduce our guests?
Totally up to you. It's your
We're here
show.
with Lee and Larry. Talk about the Mount Rushmore of High Meadow Day Camp.
Oh, yeah.
They would be the Mount Rushmore.
100%. No debate. No debate.
No debate. Like, High Meadow Day Camp wouldn't be where it is today without Lee and Larry. So I'm honored to have you on the podcast. We're here with Pags. Like I said, Ethan had to leave. I'm in my 10th summer. Working with you guys was a complete joy. You're amazing people. And I miss you. So I'm glad you're here.
Appreciate the kind words, Feeney. Miss
Thank
you guys
very
too.
much.
It was the right move to move on, but definitely still miss that place.
Yeah. You coming on my podcast all sore throat and
Yeah, I was gonna
stuff.
say.
Get this guy a
your,
lozenge.
your voice shot from last night.
Yeah.
Oh, did you go to the game?
Yanks Sox last night. Big Yanks 2 in a row. All right.
Are they back? Are the Yankees back?
We said that last night. We're walking out of Fenway.
Yanks are back.
I think we're back.
Blair, I watched 2 minutes of the game last night. All right?
Yeah.
I flicked the game on.
Oh, I think you know where you're going. With
Okay.
this.
Yankees
Oh,
are
I
up
know what's
4-2.
Oh, okay.
I got the game on for 5 seconds. Bam, it's 4-3. No, it was 4-0.
It was
Yes.
4-0 in the back.
Bam,
Yeah.
it's 4-2. He throws another pitch.
Yeah.
It's 4-2. Then he throws another pitch. It's a triple off the wall.
Yep.
I turned it off.
Honestly, I don't blame
I turned
you.
it back on. 20 minutes later, it's 7-2.
So we
So it
thought
was like I kept it off the rest
we
of the
thought
night.
that's where we were going to lose, right? So Devis is on third with nobody out. They got 2 in already, and we're like, here we go, going to fall apart. And Devis didn't score, and after that, we settled down and got a
Yeah.
big dub. Got a
It
big
was
dub
huge
against the
win.
Sox.
Huge one.
People
nice.
say you can't affect the game when you watch it. That's a bunch of baloney.
I know.
Yep.
I put that game on, it almost killed us.
It's not crazy if it works.
Let's go Yanks.
Sometimes you get.
What about
yeah.
you? You think we think we're turning the corner? Is this month and a half slump over?
I hope. It was awful.
We need another arm before the deadline tomorrow.
Tell you what, see how we do against the Phillies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best team in baseball right
Correct.
now.
Yeah, they are.
All
Garrett
right, so
Cole
see
and
what we do
Baltimore.
against them.
Absolutely. And then we got a 9-game homestand after that. We were checking that out. Out of those
Angels,
9 games,
Rangers.
probably want to go 6 out of 9
Blue
there.
Jays.
Take 2 out of 3 each series. And, we'll see how the Phillies go, though.
Yeah.
Let's go Yanks.
Well, if you're around August 16th, the Yard Goats are playing the Yankees affiliate. That would be the Somerset Patriots. It's a Friends of Feeney night. There's like 30 tickets left. August 16th at Yard Goats
Is
Stadium.
that single A ball?
It's Double A.
Double A ball. All
I
right.
didn't know that.
Or single A. Triple A, double A. I should know. Yard Goats are huge supporters of Friends of Feeney. They're good friends. So
Awesome.
come check it out.
Several years in a row, minor league stadium of the year.
Yes.
For real?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Wow.
The,
good park.
the
Yeah.
Hartford Stadium is considered to be a gorgeous park.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I went to a Woo Sox game. Sorry, guys. With friends from work. It was a great time. It was a great time. So those minor league games are fun.
Oh, yeah, they
Yeah.
do it right.
Yeah, they
have
do.
Yeah.
Baby goats running on the field. They're cute little kids dressed up. They do things tossing backwards. You got to catch it on your head for a prize. They're entertaining. It's always something fun. They're doing good things over there. I
Yeah,
love
they
Yard
came
Goats.
over. You had them come to High Meadow a few times, didn't
Yep.
you? Yeah.
Game
Yeah, the
Day
goat-
Connor is the on-field guy.
The go case.
The goat.
Smelt that time.
Oh.
All the kids were like, "Man, did you have a rainy night last night?" Because it came in and it was like no one wanted to get near him.
Yeah, that musty mascot. You know, you're wearing this suit forever,
Yeah.
and it's 90 degrees out. You're sweating.
Oh, that's right. He
Smell like a
dumped
hockey
the
locker.
heaven.
Yeah.
I know
Locker
what you're
room.
talking about.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, being in those things is brutal.
And then you also had the Wolf Pack. Didn't
Oh,
you have
yep.
the Wolf Pack come in too?
I had the Wolfpack mascot, the
Yeah.
Hartford Hawks, the New Britain Bees. You know, director of fun. That's
Hartford
what I-
Wolf Pack, New York
Hartford
Rangers
Wolfpack.
affiliate.
Yep.
Let's go Rangers. That's another conversation. All right.
I don't see how we do this here.
Big guy Yankees. So we got to go back to the Mount Rushmore.
I-
Moments. What are your favorite moments at camp? We already had. Should we share
we can rattle off what we already selected.
you chasing a bear with a stick? This is Lee who chased the bear with a stick.
Hey, who won? I'm still here. Bear is gone.
The bear is gone.
Oh, speaking of which, the classic line. I wasn't even there, but what is it? What does it say?
Nobody's going to understand it. You got
We
to
already talked about it.
Inside story. A little deep.
Little deep.
We were umpiring that the Hoffman
Oh, yeah.
Auto Car softball game for Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
And I mean that was a game.
And that pitcher was giving you a little, giving you the business a little bit.
That's okay.
Oh boy, that was hilarious.
couldn't
A
get
lot
a
of
call
stories
the
from
rest
that.
of the day.
Okay.
What's wrong? What was wrong with that pitch?
A little deep.
Little deep.
Still
Still to this day, makes me happy
It
hearing
does
that.
that.
You
right?
got to understand the competitive level of the game that day.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, they had a guy, a lefty, stepped up. Now, if you remember down the right field line, it wasn't.
Yep.
It's not real deep, but I mean,
Still a shot.
that
Yeah.
guy hit that shot. What did that? That was in the trees in about 1.5 seconds.
Absolutely.
I mean, in the
Oh, it really
trees
was.
on a line.
On a line.
I mean, that's the type of game they were playing. So they got testy with us.
And that was the same game where that girl, right? The guy came barreling in, and she slapped that tag on him. I'll tell you, honestly, he was probably safe by that much. I said, "You have the ball?" She showed me that ball. You're out. And I thought the guy was going to give me a little whatever. And you know what? Not a word.
Nope.
No, because you told me, like, you got to be decisive when you say it. And I was like, you're out.
And what was the other one? There's a play at second base. Larry very quickly looks at me behind the plate, and I just go. And he pumps him out like he knew what he was.
Total daydream.
Oh.
I don't know what I was thinking about. I was like,
I love
let's
it.
see.
Little
you know.
deep. Any other moments? Camp moments.
So
Yeah.
I got another one, honestly, that I didn't say when it was just us, me, you, and Ethan. But
Yep.
with them here, they're gonna love this one. On my list, I have the Haze 2-3 days after Dennis passed away on that list.
Wow. Yeah.
Dennis, talk about Mount Rushmore of camp. He might be
Absolutely.
the number one name on that list.
100%. Not going to get an argument from me.
Yeah, I didn't think I would. Yeah, no. Dennis was just amazing, and he unfortunately passed away 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
2021.
Yeah.
So right around this time, actually.
Yeah,
I think it might be
was.
August 7th. Wow.
17th or something like that, but yes,
Gi-
you're
gi- give-
definitely
give or
right.
take
It
on
was
that.
later
Yes.
in August
Yeah.
because his funeral was the first day of school.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I remember not going in and going to the funeral.
And I know this is crazy, and people say, no, that didn't happen. I just happened to be thinking about him. I was going into work. It was July 8th. And I was just happening to be thinking about him. And I'm like, so I looked at my cell phone. I saw the date. I'm like, it's his birthday. So, you know what I mean? I was just thinking about him, not knowing it was his birthday until I saw the date on my cell phone. I'm like, oh, my God. it's his birthday today. It's crazy.
Yeah,
you
that was
know,
definitely an iconic camp moment.
Yeah, that's a great call bringing the Dennis up. Man.
He always finds his way back. I think about a month and a half ago, Abby called me up because she found some stupid little stuffed bear. And she said, she goes, it's one of the things when Dennis called me in and when I was little, and I never got rid of it.
Yeah.
And she goes, I was thinking of Dennis, so I called you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
And I
That's
said,
awesome.
He just finds a way of creeping his way back in all the
Yeah.
time.
And Feeney, the kind words that you said about Lee and myself, I mean, appreciate it. That's how we see Dennis. And, you know, like he helped us, you know, develop that teamwork and, you know, that work ethic that we had to have. And then, you know, I think you look at Lee and I kind of like, you know, doing that for you and all that
Yeah,
stuff. So
that was great.
So it just kind of passes down, you know.
Or when you guys pick something up and you're about, you don't want to hurt your back, so you want to make sure you're on the same time. How do you guys count that?
It's all you, bro.
Now, I'm only laughing because I'm with an orthopedic specialist right now. I was in therapy this morning. I've got degenerative back issues. I'm having pain down my leg. And they're trying to figure out what to do with me with therapy before they send me for an MRI. So I don't know if you want to talk to me about my back.
Ready?
Yeah, but they didn't stop you. Go ahead.
Go.
What do we say? Ready?
1,
2, 3.
Tree.
2, 3. Boom.
How many beans in your espresso?
3.
Tree.
Well, I loved the year, you know, Abby had a late night team. That was the year you and Abby had an epic head-to-head battle. You guys
2018?
finished 1-2.
Yeah.
And they were Team Tree. So she came in, she got her whole team to draw trees on the T-shirt instead of the number 3. Everybody came in with their team number, and she came in with a bunch of trees on her shirt.
That was fun.
I remember
Major points for those
That was a good
T-shirts
one.
that night.
I remember that was classic.
Oh, that was an epic battle
Yeah.
though, between you guys that night.
Oh, late nights were fun.
And then you huffing tables around. This guy just pick up a table by himself. I'm two-man carrying these things.
Oh, yeah, me too.
He's huffing.
He's throwing tables on his shoulder, you know, right?
You remember the story with
Go
that?
ahead, go ahead, say it. Yeah,
He's
that's
not even
great.
gonna listen to it. And even if he does, it's fine. I'll never forget. I was a second-year CIT. It was 2015. Lee comes up to me. He's like, "All right, Ben. You know, we need to move some tables. So I want you to gather up some horses.
Oh, yep.
You got some guys that you're gonna gather up." I'm like, "Yeah, you know, I'm gonna grab my buddy Steve. I got my buddy Tate over there. Oh, I'll grab Cats." Doesn't even let me finish. He goes, "I don't want Cats. He's soft." Cats, if you're listening to this,
Yeah.
you earned your stripes. You're good, dog.
Totally
But
did, Cats.
Back in 2015, you know, it is what it is, man.
And once he heard that, then he started hauling tables. He
Yeah.
learned
Yeah,
how
he
to roll
did.
a
He
table
did.
because he couldn't roll a table to save his life. Duh. No, are you kidding? You guys, the CITs were horses.
Yeah.
Those boys were whenever they were needed.
It was funny. I
Those
think,
were-
like, for a
Matter of fact,
while.
I still got a picture on my computer
Oh yeah.
of you guys, Dakin, you,
Dakin, yeah.
Cats,
And he's having a great summer.
Corey,
Dakin, right?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
he's
you
great.
know,
Yeah.
one year when you guys were all CITs.
Yeah, we were working
Carla
with them.
came out, got a picture of all of
Oh,
us
yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Still got that picture hanging out.
Yeah, you guys were horses. I mean, that was probably during the 4th of July day, right?
Yeah.
When we had
4th of
Oh, yeah.
July
Set up,
Day
like,
was one.
50 tables.
probably Penny Carnival
Penny
was another
Carnival
one.
was the other when these
Yeah.
guys would come and
You know, even like we would all get there early for the Tough Mudder, right? That was great that you
Yeah.
brought that in.
I
you
brought
know?
that was Mount Rushmore moment. Tough
That was your
Mudder
Mount.
good.
And you know what was good? That goes under the radar a little. The Makerspace.
Oh.
That ended up
yeah.
working really well too.
Yeah, they
Still
got it.
continuing.
You're still continuing, yeah. So you bought a lot of good stuff in
Oh,
there, Feeney.
speaking of which, October 12th, our 6th annual Makerspace event, Elmwood Senior Center. Come check it out.
All right. So what's
I
your
love all these
iconic
fronts.
moment?
All of our AWLs out there.
Yeah, there you go. AWLs.
Do I answer that question like and just
you know
say
what?
I saw my kids go through there. They were campers, CITs, counselors. They met so many great lifelong friends. Is that how I answer that question, or is that a cop out?
No, because like if I think of the things that really, I mean, me moments as opposed to camp moments, you know, Josh's first year counselor. Now, you know, it was, he had the ultimate one of the worst groups ever to hit Meadow Day Camp.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he really did. And midsummer, they came and they got a green award because they wanted to give him Counselor of the Year.
That's awesome.
And,
That's awesome.
So I mean, moments like that, because Josh struggled with stuff.
Sure.
You know,
Who doesn't? But yeah, absolutely.
Josh had his struggles in life, and he just went out of his way to do, an outstanding job. I think of some moments with Abby. But then there's also the big iconic camp moments.
Sure.
But, there were just
What about?
so many.
What about those parties? Those the DJ parties on Friday.
Yeah.
Right. You get the Mike Feeney.
Oh, yeah,
You
those
just
were great.
Oh.
chant the names, right?
Yeah.
You're doing belly flops in
Yeah,
the
we're
pool.
doing
I
belly
got
flops.
almost every
I
counselor.
got the shorts like about here. Yeah. Right? Boom.
Every counselor to jump in the pool.
Yeah.
I mean, you start us off.
Of course.
Larry.
There-
You're like
there's
fully
some-
dressed.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's some great pictures of the arms
Yeah.
out like this, and the
That's still
eyes
one of my
really-
favorite
really
photos
wide.
of all time. I'm like parallel to the water and just
Yeah. It's not like you said, fully clothed, sneakers, socks, everything.
cargo shorts,
Yeah,
belt.
that's right,
just
yep.
going in.
100%. You know what? Makes the kids laugh.
We should do that again.
We were
That's
talking-
missing. We haven't done that.
Okay.
We were talking the other day about the overnights, when we first did the overnights.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That became,
You know, those were
absolutely.
kind of fun moments.
And-
Not many of them, but
It's funny. I work with my principal is a camp guy, and he agrees. Like, you don't know the bonds and the relationships that you build until you are actually at camp. We're there in July and August, right? And August, whatever, 18th or whenever, this is the last day of camp. I mean, those buses are rolling out, and we're balling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Oh,
Have you
yeah.
cried on the last day? I have.
Yeah, that's-
multiple times. And it's just like, well, wait a minute. 2 months with these people. What's the big deal? We spend 10 months with people at school, and nothing against the people at school. It's just different at the camp. It's
Yeah.
just different, and how to camp people know that.
It's a brotherhood. It's a family. It's a community. It's just very, very different.
Absolutely.
You don't understand it until you've been a part of it. And I will argue that High Meadow is the pinnacle of that. Like, don't tell me just to go to another camp. I won't. Okay.
What was that? What we used to say? They don't get it.
Yeah, and anyone just, why can't you just go work another camp? You don't get it.
You still don't
you don't get
understand
it. Like,
Or another moment, Lee, Liebeck, you found out he wrestled and he shot at you and you just pummeled him. Folded him, tapped out. That made my day.
You just pummeled them.
He and you just smothered him, spun him out. That was great.
got to keep the young guys humble.
yeah, right.
You did a couple of times. Absolutely.
Jason Liebeck. What's the next line?
Overrated.
That's a throwback.
All right. So we were talking. Was it last night? We were talking about you were in the game too, Lee. There was an Ultra Ball game on Family Night.
Yep.
And we have like Hall of Fame. We have a Hall of Fame for Ultra Ball. Okay. Thank you, Tom Newman. You're awesome. And how many Hall of Famers were on the field that
I
night?
believe there were 7 amongst other fantastic players as well, too. I mean,
But you know what? Everybody was involved. Lee was one of obviously we were a little older and a little slower than the horses, right? But still, you know how to throw, you know how to catch, we know where to pass, right? You know how to cut. We just don't do it as quick as they do it, right? I just felt so involved in that game, even though.
it was the greatest collection of talent that has ever been brought to one field.
And it
for
was just
Ultra Ball,
such a great
ever.
game. Everybody was making great plays, and it was like, hey, nice play. Holy cow, that was awesome. That's the way it is, right? We were competing, but we were also, like, encouraging each other. It was, like, one of the best games.
First Ultra Ball draft.
Okay. All right. So, him and I started the Ultra Ball draft, and we'd be the coaches, and we would just try to get on each other's skin. And I know he's behind me. What would? Oh yeah, I'd be telling a flat out lie. I'm like, if I'm walking with somebody, I know Lee's back there. I'm like, could you believe Lee said this about you? And they were like, well, what did he say about me? And I'm trying to keep a straight face, and I'm doing a hell of a job, if you don't mind me saying, right? And I'm going, he said that you're just really not that good, and I was like, I think you just have you, and it was almost like a waste of a pick. He said that. I can't believe. Yeah. He didn't say that. I'm just trying to get my team all stoked up.
That's what you do.
just flat out lied.
I'm gonna go wind him up.
That's a great line. I'm gonna go
I
wind
love
So
it.
then we set up a system. Whoever gets the first draft, next person gets 2 and 3.
Okay.
All right. Now, he's like all excited because I threw it. I gave him the first draft because I wanted 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'll give you 1 and 4 if I can get 2 and 3. All of a sudden, he looks at when we get 4 into the draft. He looks, he goes, "How did this happen?"
All right, I'm gonna come clean. All right, I have to admit it. Now I'm going against a guy that has coached. And we both coach, but he has coached much longer than me. Okay, and he just has an eye for talent, and I will admit it. He outdrafted me. He did on several occasions. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 times I think I got you, but out of all the times, let's just call it like 6 or 7 times we did this. Yeah, I'm thinking you beat me like 5-2 on that. You knew the talent, and you just had that eye. So I'm coming clean.
combinations.
I don't think I ever admitted that, and here I am at a
You
podcast.
also, you had in your mind if you had Knowlesy, you win. And I was like, I'll give you Knowlesy, and you could never figure out why I'd give you Knowlesy. And then
No, he
when
gave
you
me
found out
Newman.
because
You gave me
No,
Newman.
Newman I meant, and I
Yeah.
would take Knowlesy and Liebeck, and you would be like, and I'm like, Newman is not the
Can't guard 2 people.
machine you make him out to be.
Well, he was a machine, but he can't guard 2 people. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got you, Newman. Don't worry about it, buddy.
Newman comes up a lot.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, yes, he does. Actually, we were talking about some stuff that he did. I always said the Hall of Fame. He actually made Ultra Ball cards.
Oh,
I got him in my
Yeah.
car. I got him in the console of my car.
Okay,
yeah.
and what about the fun facts? Wasn't there a fun fact you said was hilarious?
Oh yeah, yeah.
the bus things that he did.
Oh,
yeah,
those
like-
are the odes, right?
yeah, the
those
odes.
were
No,
classic.
but
the fun facts on the
but
card.
yeah, the fun fact on the
Yes.
card, like Kyle Gilmore, who was a volunteer firefighter. His fun fact was he became a volunteer firefighter to get into Ultra Ball shape. Matt Wallach he runs an Ultra Ball training clinic out of a dorm basement at Endicott College. Like
Great.
just most random stuff that was hilarious.
Oh, and then those odes were, I mean, you would read them like every Thursday or
Thursday
something
morning,
like that,
every Thursday.
right?
Absolutely.
Well,
He
you
would
knew
have a
great
list
stuff.
for me.
Yeah.
And there'd be like, I'd have a couple, and part of announcements
Yo, they were.
was
All right.
in the morning.
We're going to go back to Mount Rushmore again, okay? All right. Dottie Palmer, I'm not sure if you knew her.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so Dottie Palmer. So I want you to say the ode that he said about Dottie Palmer. Do you remember?
Oh yeah, it's like she. So it's like it is widely suspected that it was she who wrote the Notre Dame fight song. it's like well, the last one's like she's secretly a great Ultra Ball player. She's just waiting for the right time to strike. Yeah. No,
What about with the one with the they played canister?
oh yeah, it was just,
Canasta or
that
something.
was a random one. It's like once escaped from a Mexican prison, he still returns to play canasta with the guards.
That was just so, do you remember the buses though, the songs and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, do you guys still do the songs?
No, a lot of stuff has changed.
Right. That wasn't happening toward the end when we were there.
COVID
just-
ruined it.
How do you
Yeah.
feel about
Yeah.
this when they do electives and they say 6BA?
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore.
Oh, they don't do the
That
chairs no
hurt
more?
a little
Yeah,
bit.
that does hurt.
They just say, all right, go to electives, find your person, go.
Oh my
no,
gosh.
like-
I would be in the middle of building something, and I'd be watching the clock, and I'd wander over for the start
have to
of
hear it.
You would, you'd wanna
electives
hear it.
because,
Or you guys would roll up in the golf cart.
yeah, I would always show up to hear what the
Absolutely.
cheers would be for electives.
And then
That's where the inside jokes start.
that's right.
where
That's
the
right.
Yeah.
razzing occurs.
Sure.
And the way you ran it. I mean, half of the fun was how you ran it. I mean, and the comebacks you would have for them. They would do their thing, and you would you throw some sort of barber
Yeah,
jab back at them.
Yeah, if I was like, what is this? I mean, but most of the time they were great, and you can hear them coming onto the field, right? You can hear them in the parking lot. You're getting a little closer, and you can hear the groups practicing their chants.
Yeah.
Okay. You see the council be like, okay, let's go over it one more time. Ready, 2, 3, and it was great.
Another thing Newman was the best at.
What's that?
Organizing those chants. Newman was the best.
Newman
at
was
that.
great at that. Yeah.
Newman brought a lot.
Sure
But,
did.
He knew camp inside out, from being a little camper to
Yeah.
being a staff member. I mean, he had seen it all.
It's one of the most important places for him.
Yeah.
And you know what?
It says, no disrespect to Disney World, but High Meadow is the happiest place in the world. Yeah, that's what he always says.
Absolutely.
We're here with episode 114. Pardon my friends. We're here with Lee and Larry and Pags. High Meadow Day Camp legends. Matt Heller, did his time there, 3 years at High Adventure. Ethan was here earlier.
Hey, Matt chased the bears with Lee.
You kidding me?
Got all fired up, right?
Matt used to
Yeah,
get me
Matt.
annoyed because Matt would try to get out. He'd listen to the radio and he'd try to get out after the Bears before me. And he started and it was thought it was funny.
Well, I think.
And it was not funny to me. It's like, I came all the way across the camp to chase this bear and you got him out of here already.
Well, there were a couple of times when Matt was late because he was wrestling alligators, I think. So, he had to bounce from the alligator to the bear, you know what I mean? So,
Hanging hammocks up between the trees. I think we remember that stuff.
All right, come on, be honest. When there was a bear, come on, you loved it.
Absolutely.
You loved it.
Absolutely.
Now, it took a while for me to kind of get used to a bear being on the grounds. I was a little...
The only time I got scared was because of you. Leaves me alone up near the nature cabin.
yeah.
Takes off with the golf cart. All of a sudden, the bear sneaks up on me, and I'm like, Lair.
Want to bring that golf cart back?
All right, I'm on the way. Just give me a minute. Lair, the bear is walking towards me. And normally, I'm making noise, but they
Bear's
run
got
away.
the fork and knife.
I said,
Big.
the bear's coming up the hill. Could you please get over? Oh, okay, I'm on the way.
I just stopped off for a drink.
Yeah,
I was a
it's
little thirsty.
Yeah, I got to do something first. I'm like, no, get the golf cart over here.
What about the nature guy? His name was Owen. And unfortunately, I only worked there.
That's his boy, buddy.
That's your boy. He only worked there for a year. I mean, phenomenal.
Yes.
Right? There was a time he's on the radio. He's like, the bear's about 10 feet from me. 10 feet from you? Like, what? So forget it. But,
That's Owen brought Matt to camp. Matt just went to Owen's wedding.
Oh, no kidding. Okay, where's he living right now?
He's in New York, but at his wedding reception, we talked about High Meadow and the Bears.
Love that.
How funny.
I don't know why. I thought he might have gotten married up in the Grand Tetons.
Right, I was thinking Oregon or Colorado.
Vermont, in the middle of nowhere.
Okay,
Yeah, okay.
all right. I feel
where
better.
in Vermont?
Arlington.
Oh, gotcha. I don't even know where that is, and I lived there for 6 years. All right. So.
All right, we got about 2-3 minutes.
Oh,
We got to
okay.
wrap this up.
Yes,
We
sir.
had Ethan in earlier. We got our photos. Did you get a photo of the crew right here?
We'll get one right after.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Closing remarks, anything, questions, recommendations? We talked a lot of High Meadow Day Camp. Anything else you want to talk about? 3 minutes.
3 minutes. All right, real quick. I know, I guess we kind of said it through our conversation, but such a great place for me, man. Again, I feel like I left at the right time, but it was such a great place, not only for me, but for my family. And it's awesome. And I'm going to name those Yankees in a couple of minutes.
Oh, yeah, we'll end with that. That'd be great. I feel that way, too. My girls are now counselors
that's
and
right.
loving it and making those friendships. And
Awesome.
we talk on the way home what this child did and strategies to deal with certain campers and just laughing at certain incidents that happen. And it's a good bonding. I love the car time. I love the family time and the quality time. So I'm sure you guys experienced that.
100%.
firsthand.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that you weren't here, but my Mount Rushmore was when he gave his Hall of Fame Jim Valvano speech, and you guys were included. And had a little father-son bonding. I thought that was really cool.
Awesome.
And your daughter went through there,
Oh yeah.
and you bonded with her, and you guys
And my
were.
son. I mean, all got started when Josh's mom looked at me and went, needs to go to camp, and I was like, we can't afford camp. Just get a job.
Yep.
So I interviewed with 3 camps, and I picked High Meadow as the camp I thought would be the best place for him to go. And he stayed there through 18. Abby stayed there through 20. And then for some reason, I had to pay for college. That's why I stayed a few more
Yeah,
years.
I probably
I
should've
remember
stayed
why I
longer,
stayed
but-
when she left.
Financially, I probably should have stayed longer, but it was just time to go.
It was fitting that you two walked out together. It was fitting. I mean,
I was glad when your dad decided,
yeah.
you know what, I'm not going to go another year.
That wasn't the plan originally.
It was.
but
It
time.
was
No,
time,
it wasn't
man.
the plan. That was not the plan.
And he and my daughter Emma, they were, I don't want to say riding me, but they were really putting it in my ear going, Dad, you might want to think about, it's 90, 95 degrees out, and this summer is like.
I know you're not even that tan. I'm
Yeah, I
used
don't
to
know that
seeing
tan
you
going
like
on,
with that
right?
burnt neck,
Right.
burnt forehead.
Yes.
You look totally different
Yeah.
today.
So.
August Larry's looking pale and pasty.
Yeah, and I mean, it's nice because I just did something I haven't done in well over 20 years.
What's up?
I went on a vacation.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Charleston.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Newman would love that.
Went down to Charleston, had a great time.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Did a little beach. Ate some grits and shrimp.
Oh, yeah.
Ate some grits and scallop.
Nice.
Ate some grits and lobster.
A lot of grits.
A lot of grits.
I love
Grits
it.
are
Only reason
fantastic.
I went to Block Island, first time ever, for 10 years, he'd been telling me the best mudslide in the world is
kidding.
at the Oar in
That's
in
correct.
Block Island.
That is correct.
And I get out there, my buddy's like, no, it's over here. I'm like, no, but we have to go to the Oar because Lee told me summer after summer, you get off the dock, Feeney, you go right over to the right, you go up to the Oar, you get the mudslide. It was fantastic. I sent him a picture, and I was like, I'm here because Lee, 10 summers, I had to try this mudslide.
There's
It
no
was
way you could
delicious.
have faced him on that Monday morning.
Right?
Saying you went to Block Island but didn't go to the Oar. Is that the name of it?
Yeah, the Oar.
Okay.
You could have. I would have said you're lost. Sorry, dude.
I know. All right, we got to get out of here. Let's do the
All
30
right.
seconds of your Yankees.
Boy.
I named 23, by the way. You gotta beat
23. You got to be
Okay.
23 Yankees in
Oh,
30
wait,
seconds.
all together? Not
Yeah.
just his
Yeah, all
team?
time.
Just
Oh,
Yankees.
my God, this is great, Dad. Okay.
Yeah, you got
All
only 30
right.
seconds, though.
Rivers,
30 sec-
Randolph.
Oh, ready, go.
Rivers, Randolph, Munson, Jackson, Nettles, Chambliss, Lou Piniella, Roy White, Alex Verdugo, I said Willie Randolph, Reggie Jackson. I say that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Okay, Bernie Williams, Paul O'Neill, Gleyber Torres.
Mantle, Maris,
Oh my
Yoga,
gosh.
Vera.
Babe Ruth, good call. Lou Gehrig,
Yeah.
Babe Ruth. You said Mickey, Roger Maris, Joe Pepitone,
Boom.
Bobby Richardson.
Oh,
Hey, you're trying to stay too modern, dude. Just go get, Berra, Mantle,
I know,
DiMaggio.
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah,
How do I
get-
not say Berra? I hate that. I'm sorry about
How do you not
that.
say
Oh, my
Bucky
God.
Dent?
22.
22.
One under.
Good stuff, man.
23.
How do you not say Bucky Dent?
How do I not say Buck? What's that? Doesn't he have a middle name? Bleep
I
it.
can't say it on the air.
No, I didn't say it. I just said bleep it.
Yeah.
Aaron Boone has the same nickname.
Absolutely.
That Yanks are back.
That's great. Well, go Yankees. And
Sir.
we close every podcast saying, be a good friend. So if you don't mind joining me, 1, 2, 3.
Be
a good friend.
Thanks for joining us at Pardon My Friends, presented by Friends of Feeney. Presenting sponsor, Maximum Beverage.